my name is Debbie Reynolds. They call me the Data Diva. Today I want to talk about data privacy, Internet of Things or IoT facial image capture, and face printing. So many devices are being created that have connectivity to the internet that can capture facial images, and a lot of issues come up with data privacy in terms of how devices capture faces and what is done with the data that gets captured as a result. So I guess there are actually two or three things that happen, especially if a device has kind of facial capabilities. So one is the identification of a face, to be able to tell whether it's a face of a human or not. The other thing is kind of what we think of as kind of facial recognition, where that may be a situation where perhaps maybe a database may be connected to this video capability where it can do searching. And then face printing. So face printing is similar to fingerprinting, where it's sort of creating sort of measurements in almost like a unique way to identify or re-identify a face if it's seen again in the future. There was a recent case that came up in Australia. This is related to 7-Eleven and their technology that they had implemented in their stores, where there was a tablet that they were asking people to fill out customer surveys. So the person would interact with the tablet, answer the questions to do the survey, but the tablet was also capturing people's faces and also creating face prints or these kind of images of individuals. So 7-Eleven had said that the reason why they were capturing that information is that they wanted to distinguish, someone who was truly taking the survey as opposed to someone that may have taken a survey over and over. So they wanted to have kind of the best result. The Office of Australian Information Commissioner in this case didn't really agree with this particular use because they felt as though the company could sort of derive the same results without using facial images, and also they were concerned that the purpose of the facial capture wasn't reasonable in their regard, and also that the consent of the individual was not either informed or expressed. So in these types of situations, it's pretty it happens a lot, and it will continue to happen a lot. And a lot of times what occurs is that companies, when they implement software, maybe when they're implementing it, they may have a criteria for what they're looking for, but a lot of times these technologies have more capabilities than even the company may use, right? So this particular technology, it had the capability to do kind of this facial printing and this face capture, but it was a feature that should have and could have been turned off. So in this particular ruling, the commissioner requested that all the images that were captured up to that point be deleted from that system, and that in the future, the images and the facial printing information that they had be deleted, as well as going forward that feature be turned off on that particular survey. So a lot of this goes back to really the design of a tool. Again, I say this a lot, that companies that design tools, they want it to be used by as many people as possible. So there may be some companies and some locations that can use this feature, but this is not one of them. And then customers or businesses really need to be vigilant in terms of the configuration of these particular tools, because just because a tool has a feature doesn't mean that's something that you need to use. So it's really incumbent upon the organization to determine what they should or should not be using, and sort of have a really good business purpose if they decide to use these types of capabilities. So it remains to be seen how this is going to play out in the future. There have been several situations that have come up in court cases lately, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more about this very thing where someone's implementing a technology. Possibly it has other features that may not be legal in a particular location, and how, want to see how companies will sort of handle not only the configuration once they receive a tool, but also how the companies that create these tools do design when they're creating them to begin with. That's it. Thank you.